And I only invited the actors.
Okay.
And then one day we had an interview with Colleen and all the actors. And then the question was, so do you get along with the actors? And I mentioned that in the interview. I was like, I get along with the actors so well that I wasn't afraid to invite every single one of them to my house to, you know, get to know them and just to show them what American house parties are like.
That's right.
And all of a sudden, Colleen mentions in the interview, goes, I didn't get the invite.
Uh-oh.
I felt so bad. But then she knew later on that it was just the actors because we needed to get to know each other because we didn't know each other that well at the moment. Yeah.
And that's, you know, rightful.
Yeah.
So she's very emotional, you know, she shows, you know, all kinds of characters. And
she's a very sweet person, too.
Yeah.
So.
Does she speak to you on the set in English or in Korean?
In the beginning, she didn't. In the beginning, she spoke Korean because everyone on set is Korean. I'm the only couple on, you know, that was casted. And so I guess whenever she gets frustrated and she can't say something in Korean, those are the certain moments where she would say something in English. But then it's not even directed to me. It will be directed to another actor.
Oh.
And then she'll look at me as if I'm supposed to translate. And when someone does that to me off guard, my brain doesn't function that fast.
Okay.
You know? So for instance, say the person's right here. She'd be like, 너는 좀 더 이렇게. And then all of a sudden I'm here, so animated. What's animated in Korean? And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not getting paid to translate. That's how I feel. But I mean, I totally know where she's coming from because I feel the same way. Certain words I can't really express in Korean. Boom, English pops into my head and it comes out of my mouth.
Do you know what animated is in Korean now?
Don't do that to me.
What's the word, please? Anyhow, yeah. What do you think? What do you think about? You've done this musical, or you're still doing it, and I'm sure there'll be other directors asking you to do musicals. What about the next project? Do you think you're going to do maybe a Korean drama or a movie?
It's still all up in the air right now. I don't know what's going to go on. I gotta wait till this is completely over and see if other musical directors want to work with me on other projects or dramas or films. While I am doing Rent, I have done a few auditions for movies and TV shows stateside. Haven't got the callbacks yet, but you know, I guess it's all timing and stuff like that. So hopefully I can get into acting more.
Yeah.
And then right after Rent's done, I'm expecting to release a new single.
Okay.
And then start doing 활동 for that.
Good for you. What kind of movie would you want to do if you were casted? If you had your choice, would you want to do a horror, gory, bloody movie or a dramatic, sad movie to make me cry again? Or, you know, adventure? Or romantic comedy? What kind of movie would you want to do?
When I was younger, just because I was such a huge horror buff, I still love horror movies. I would say that I want to do only horror.
Okay.
But as I got older and more mature, to be an actor, the main idea is to be able to do any role.
That's right.
So I wouldn't mind doing anything. You know, although I love watching horror, I love romantic comedies, I love action. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a tearjerker.
Oh yeah.
You know, tearjerkers are fun for me because I get
like
those days
sad,
where
melodramatic.
Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes you just want to kick back, relax at home by yourself, have a box of tissues, some popcorn, turn on the TV, have a good movie playing on TV, and just cry it out. And sometimes that's really stress relieving, you know.
That's right. Inviting your neighbor, crying
exactly,
at the same time,
and making her cry. Yeah, this is from something happened between us. Yeah. She came over and just cried all over my sofa.
With a whole box of tissues. Yeah. Wow. So you actually like very melodramatic movies too yourself?
Of course.
Very good. You know, it's been, I think, 12 years since your debut of being a singer. And you're probably one of the first Korean Americans, you know, who sang probably here in Korea. One of them actually to start with.
Well, I have to give props to one of my 선배s, George.
Okay, yeah, Kim Jo-an was
Jo-an.
actually, you know, we'd say a father of
Yes,
K-pop.
he is, to me, like the Michael Jackson of K-pop, because I love Michael Jackson.
Very happy to hear that.
Michael Jackson really opened up so much for me. And then now, when I got into K-pop,
Yeah.
when Solid came out, I was like, Kim Jo-an, I was like, who is this angelic man who sounds beautiful on the radio, you know? And then to be able to be on the same stage as him and actually be friends with him now, it's just an awesome feeling.
Yeah, I do even recall one time when you met him a little bit on the side, you know, we were just casually talking, and on the side you said, wow, it's kind of strange because seeing someone who I idolized back when I was young and here, now we're like all friends. It was a very strange feeling, huh?
It's still amazing to me, not only him, it's just all the singers, humbes that I know right now in the business. It's like 15 years ago, I'm home buying CDs in K-Town, listening to all this K-pop music, and now it's like, you know, I call them on the regular, or I tweet them back, or stuff like that, and it's amazing to me, you know.
Wow.
So it's like a dream come true, and I feel like I'm still dreaming.
Wow. Should we pinch you to wake you up?
No, if you pinch me, I'm going to have to... Sorry.
All right. We'll edit those things out. But tell me about, you know, back in the days when you started, because the culture's different, the custom's different, and, you know, you've grown up in the American culture. Was it difficult for you when you first started?
Oh, it was very difficult. When I first got off the plane, everything was different for me. It was total culture shock. Food, the way I had to talk, the way to act, the way they dressed here and everything, for me was totally different. So to fit in the beginning was really difficult. Had a lot of hard times, a lot of lonely times. But then I have to thank Juani and my managers for that, because they really took the time out to actually sit down and spend time with me to teach me about the culture, teach me what I have to do and say around certain people, how to act.
You had to actually, when you were debuting together as Fly to the Sky, you actually lived with Juani.
Me and Juani lived together for about 5 or 6 years.
Wow. What was that like? Was it like living with another brother, or was it...
That's basically what it is. It has like its steps. When you first live together, it's like college. You know, when you get into your dorm, you know, you don't know who your dorm, or what do you call it, your flatmate or your dorm roommate's going to be. And you get to know each other that way. And then once you become roommates, then it's more like a brotherhood.
Wow.
You know, and that Juani became literally a brother to me. So we'd have our, you know, our differences sometimes, and then we get along together sometimes. And then, you know, we always depend on each other pretty much.
Yeah. Well, you know, everyone knows that Brian is very, very clean. And
clean me?
Very clean.
What makes you think that?
So Brian is very clean in his living quarters. So what was Honey like living together as a roommate? I mean, not to, you know, barge him too much, but yeah, what was that like? I mean, because you're very clean.
I love Juani to death. He's a brother to me. And the only thing I'm going to say about that is he lived just like every other dude. That's it. That's it. Nothing negative, nothing positive. Just, he lived just like every other dude.
Which was very difficult to live with.
No, it wasn't that difficult, because for me is,
everyone has
if there's
their own
something
room
to clean, then I have something to do. You know? Like, there's nothing to clean, I get bored. So, I mean, in a way, it was like it's a win-win situation. So,
yeah, it's kind of interesting, though. I'm sure, you know, Juani also can probably say that you're a very clean person to live with.